Hi, I'm Adriana Hernandez.
And I'm Savannah Power.
And we interviewed 12 students and 5 teachers to get their opinions on
The changes from high school and then and now. Hope you enjoy our video. Okay, well, technology is like all around my house, but when I get to do homework, like I'm always on it. Like I can't stop being on Twitter or Instagram like that.
Honestly, it makes it easier. I mean, it could be a distraction at sometimes, but it's easier because we got internet, we got like Wikipedia, so we could get those resources pretty quick.
I don't think technology really affects my environment because like when I know when to stop using my phone, I just stop and then start learning. So for others, I think it's really hard because then they're so distracted by like social media because they care about what's on there and not like their education as much.
Some teachers would motivate you to reach your goals and help you. Nowadays, we have teachers who don't even care anymore.
I feel like the teachers don't really care anymore. And since the teachers don't care, the students don't really want to care either because to be a leader, you have to lead, and the teachers aren't leading. It seems like some teachers aren't leading, but some of the other teachers in this school will lead and will make the school better and have students try more. And the more students try, the better our school will get.
Some teachers are fine, and then other teachers just don't care if you pass or not. So I think that's bad.
But teachers used to be like a lot nicer. I felt like they cared about your education a lot more. And now they just kind of like, I don't know, they seem rude and they don't really care as much.
I don't think it has changed. I feel like students' behavior like towards teachers are still really bad. But then like teachers, they try to respect their students, but then their students don't respect them back. So it's just like
not specifically at my school. I think it might in other places, but Vallejo is a pretty diverse place. So I never felt like racism around me personally. I've never felt that way, but I believe in some places it would. Yeah.
Personally, for me, no, but I could tell that there's favoritism like amongst other students and teachers. So I guess it does.
I don't think it affects it because I'm mixed, so I have a little bit of everything. But I don't think they look at you differently. It's just because Jesse Bethel's a diverse school, so no, I don't think it affects it.
Just like, why does my race affect if I get something right or wrong? And if I should know something? Like, why should my race be the reason why I'm smart?
It's the bare minimum. Like, we're bordering like being a bad school, but I mean, even then, we're still a good school. We still have good teachers, but we have a big amount of bad ones, and yeah.
Well, yes and no. They try to, but it's always the student's idea, job to form a good environment.
Yeah, I mean, the team.
Wait! You don't even go there! Boy.
Why'd you move your face?
Well, I think today's generation, they're doing the same thing that every generation has done. It's just today's generation, they have more toys and more tools, and so I don't think there's that much of a change.
I think our generation that I grew up in the 70s, the late 70s, to now, it was a much slower time. Now everything is coming super fast at young people, and they're handling it a lot better. This generation really handles problems at a supersonic speed. They handle good things at a supersonic speed, and life is really sped up more now than it was when I was growing up.
The biggest difference I see from my generation to now is discipline was more, we were more in fear of discipline when I was in school, so kids for the most part behaved a lot better, and kids wanted to be in school and they wanted to learn, and they weren't just looking to fill in a blank or get the answer from someone else. They seemed to be okay with trying to find the answer for themselves.
We're generally a more tolerant people today than in the past. On the dark side, the drug element in my generation grew into a sickness that has pervaded our society ever since. Too many generations have been born since my youth with drug abuse negatively affecting their lives. I don't see this generation as having a cause. They're not activists anymore.
Communication has improved greatly. I would say that's the one thing I see as a benefit. We didn't have any kind of cell phones or pagers or even computers, really. We were just starting to get computers when I was in high school. So like when I was in high school, if you wanted to call your friend, you had to get a hold of them when they were at home. Or I think we were starting to get an answering machine at that time. So you call your friend at home, leave a message, and they call you back. Today, communication is instant. And that's what I see actually as a problem for our kids today, I would say. With that, though, is instant gratification. There is no, they don't want to wait. They don't want to wait for anything. You text somebody, expect them to text you right back. There is no call and leave a message and they'll get back to you after school. Kids, that would be the downside too, is that they can text each other during school, and that didn't happen back then. I see a lot of positives about the communication today because kids can use their smartphones to do research. They can look at pictures on the internet for projects or posters. I would say it's changed a lot.
Well, since I've been in high school, communication has really changed with the emergence of the internet. When I was in high school, we went to the library. Now you can get anything online. As far as talking to people, it was telephones, hard landlines, and no emails, snail mail. So I think communication is speeded up. I don't know if that's for the better or for the worse.
Yeah, it's a lot faster and a lot more impersonal.
Very serious.
That's it.
How have styles changed over the years? Well, it used to be that clothing was made of better quality than it is today. And as a teenager, I was comfortable wearing a dress. I even liked to dress in high fashion clothes. Fashion is no longer as beautiful as it was then.
Just what I see with style throughout the years is it just keeps reoccurring. So it's like I tell the students, you all dress the same. It's all differently, but it's nothing we haven't seen before.
I would say not a lot. You see a lot of stuff like come back around, like the Converse tennis shoe, the Mickey Mouse sweatshirts, the fluorescent colors that was in when I was in the 80s. So you see a lot of that stuff come around again. I would say that boys never sagged. That wasn't even like something that they looked to do. So they wore their pants properly. And girls dressed a lot less provocative for the most part. You may have had one or two girls who were that way, but especially at this high school and the other high school in the same town, I see a lot of kids who dress a lot more provocative.
Style has changed. I think style changes about every 5-10 years. And when I was in high school, it was bell bottoms and loud pants and wide collared shirts to platform shoes. And as it's kind of gone on, the styles change, but it changes back too. So what comes around goes around. And I'm thinking all that stuff is going to come back and I can wear all the stuff that's in my closet. I think when I was in high school, it was yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. You never talked back to a teacher. You never talk back to an adult. As I've gone on in life and have observed other high school students for the last 15, 20 years, I think that respect has gone down. Now there's a lot of students that respect adults, but at the same time, I think that there's not the level of respect as there was when I was going to school.
Respect has changed a lot. For me, it's my most important rule, and I think that it works good in my classroom because I expect it and I also give it. So I think that the kids respect me and I respect them. But I see a lot of kids who think that they're just entitled to be respected, that they don't have to earn respect. And so I see kids who are not respectful to adults on a regular basis, whereas when I was a kid and younger, we respected adults even if we didn't agree with what they had to say or we didn't like how they had talked to us. We were still way more respectful when I was a kid.
Well, when I was in high school with maybe a population of 800 students, you could count on one hand the number of students who might tell a teacher to fuck off or call a teacher a bitch. Other students would have been shocked to hear a student cuss out an adult. Behind their backs, we might sometimes mock a teacher or administrator, but we would never have openly been disrespectful.
Respect is respect.
Bethel is the best job I've ever had. First teaching job that I've ever had, and I would not trade it for anything. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy the students that I come in contact with. You could not put me in a better job.
I like working at Bethel a lot. I've been here since it's opened. I've seen it go through a lot of positive changes, and I enjoy that.
I like working at Bethel High School. I love the kids. They have so much potential, and I can see it, and I love seeing them learn, and I want to help them move on to the next step, and that's why I like being here at high school with the kids.
In conclusion, we learned that technology helps students but also distracts them.
We also learned that many of the students feel like the teachers don't care, and they feel that Bethel has become a very diverse school and that their ethnicity doesn't really matter.
We also learned that kids think Bethel is borderlining a bad school.
Yeah, hope you enjoyed it.